Okay, we're going to delve into Toras Emmes, Parsha's Vetchanan, Shabbos Nachamu. Special time. We're just going to go back a little bit to Devarim, and we see the BORUCH. This is a generation that's coming to Eretz Yisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu is the one bringing them to that blessing, that blessed future. And we see by Moshe Rabbeinu, he's the one who is there to correct us, to guide us, our Roy Ne'eman, our faithful shepherd. And he has within him the shorish of Kedusha, the root of holiness, to bring us all to our Hamtakas Adinim, and sweetening all these 9 days that we just went through, and the 3 weeks, Shabbos Chazan. We had the opportunity to have a vision of the future. Moshe Rabbeinu was given that vision of the third base of English, which would be Netzach Nesochim, and he was able to see everything that would take place in Eretz Yisrael till now. The Tzaddik was with us from then all the way till now. Everything that happens in the Torah Kadosh's Netzach Nesochim is eternal, so it's totally relevant now, this moment. I've been writing in my United Souls book very much in this theme of tuning into the history, especially with Tisha B'Av. We just went through Tisha B'Av, a very intense day to remove some of the externalities and get into the history, the panemius of Am Yisrael, the pain, the ashes, the struggle, and how we're building from such a place. The future rebuilding Eretz Yisrael. We're going to talk about that in a moment with the Real Kindness podcast. Stay tuned. And we have the opportunity right now to slowly remove the Avelis. It takes 7 Shabbos, beginning with this Shabbos Vetchanan. So let's see what the Toras Emmes says, and we'll cover a little bit more hopefully with the office class, and also we'll do some Likutei Moharan for Rabbeinu Nachman ben Feiger, Nachman ben Simchas, keep with all the tzaddikim, and we'll get back hopefully with Tanya. We have a chavrusa back in the country, Baruch Shem. So hopefully a new week we'll try to push for that, for Tu B'Av. Vetchanan El Hashem, says the Rebbe Leibel Eiger Zya. I was just watching our holy brother Shlomi Zion. He was in Lublin, so he went to the Lublin yeshiva, and he went to the Beis Kavaris, and Rav Tzadok and Rebbe Leibel and the Chayzer, all the big tzaddikim are buried there. And I know from my father's mother's side, I'm from Izbich, so I have a shaykhis. So Vetchanan Hashem, Asaj Zos, he is Achtus Kedushas Torah Tefilah. This week's Parsha is a joining together of the holiness of Torah and Tefilah. It's something which I've seen with my own eyes from Rabbi Nachman's Torahs and his Talmidim, say like with YITZCHAK Morgenstern, with Shemaiah Morgenstern. He talks over there and lives it in terms of bringing a yichud between the Zman of Torah, Zman of Tefilah, bringing it l'chud, bringing it together, and davening and learning and davening. So Rabbi Nachman was able to bring out that panemius of David HaMelech of Psalms of Tehillim being both a limud and a Tefilah. This Achtus Kedusha of Torah of Tefilah. Tefilah is Moshe Rabbeinu Shalom, Aseres Adibros, and Tefilah of Moshe Rabbeinu is the 10 Commandments. Yesh Lama Shu Remez Le'inyan Ma'am Chazal Rabbi Ami v'Rabbi Yassi Lo Havu Matzli Ela B'nei Omadi Heged Havi Gersi Torah Tefilah Misachtim Zeh B'zeh. So based on the Gemara and Brachas, we learn out that Tefilah is not just separate things. It's something that there's a joining together of both of them. They both have that gift. Shemtzinu Chazal Yosef Emesa v'Pasach b'Shmasa. It says in Gemara Shabbos that they would sit with fear and open up their learnings. Emesahu Inyan Tefilah. So Emesa, fear is Inyan, the awe is the relationship, the awareness. We're bringing and looking into the Olam HaEmes and davening to the Olam HaEmes to Hashem, not from the Olam HaEmes to bless us in this world. Hay Tefilah Kodim. And we also know that you shouldn't enter into Tefilah except when you're going with a halacha psuka. We're going to discuss this in the Real Kindness podcast. You can't really enter into Eretz Yisrael without halacha. Yisrael ben Kanaz was conquering Eretz Yisrael through halacha, through bilpur halacha, through remembering halachas. Really, all of Eretz Yisrael is is like a cloth of the Sefer Torah. Everyone has their chelik in Eretz Yisrael, like they have their chelik in the Torah. Everyone has their os. Everyone has their letter in the Sefer Torah. And Eretz Yisrael, Hashem put everyone connecting to their chelik in Torah, like the Avinach says. Everyone has their chelik in their wife, the chelik in Torah, and the chelik in Eretz Yisrael, their portion. And it's all about getting more and more in touch with this panemius, with this the shorish of who we are, and clarify more and more where we're meant to be. And the more we're in touch with the panemius of Torah and revealing the halachas within each os of the Torah, like the Rebbe Leibel would be able to learn out from the Chumshei Torah, all of Torah Shabbat Peh, from each os from the Torah is able to bring out even all the way back to the shorish of the Bereshis. So we learn this out. The halach that we enter Eretz Yisrael in the koach of Torah, because Torah is the panemius of Eretz Yisrael, and that is the key to really conquering Eretz Yisrael completely. Mitoch halacha psuka. So to with Tefilah, you have to enter with halacha psuka, a small halacha, like a short, clear halacha. Alright, shekodim Tefilah sarach lekanes atzma b'kedushas the Torah. So before we enter into Tefilah, we have to enter into Torah kadosh, like we say in Ashrei, that we call out with Emmes. Emmes, to call out to Hashem, has to be done with Emmes. That's Torah. The base morim elu morim ki Torah Tefilah mesachtim ke'achrim zeh v'zeh. So it goes on with Rebbe Leibel Eiger, and Baruch Hashem, I have this chus to learn this with Chavrusa. Right now we're on a little break, so that's why we're doing this on the podcast. Usually we don't record Rebbe Leibel Eiger. Here we did a week or two ago, just because we also missed out on my Chavrusa. I just want to share a little bit of the light Rebbe Leibel Eiger brings, the grandson of Rebbe Leibel Eiger. They show me Kiva in your base for Pesukim Smuchim, Kimi Godel, we're going to Bechol Kravalav. All those who call out to him. Who is this great nation that calls out to him? Shu Tefilah v'samachlo, Mi Godel, Mi Goy Godel. Who is this great nation? Kol Torah Zos Mora Al Kedush Yisrael, Misachtim B'Torah V'Tefilah. And all in the Torah, in this holy Torah, it teaches us the holiness of YISRAEL that joins Torah and Tefilah. This is something which Baruch Hashem, I remember learning, and I needed chizuk to remind myself now in the search in Eretz Yisrael, whether to come back to the Torah, come back to Tefilah, to be more emes, more mispalo. This is the key to conquering. Right now we're dedicating our learning to BORUCH and MASHA and all the soldiers who are trying to conquer back Eretz Yisrael. Halavai, we should be zoche back to Azza, to join back to Eretz Yisrael completely, with the shleimus, remove all our enemies, as well as up in the north. Har Levanon should be something which is safe and should have security and a safe border to be done for that. There's another Torah here. We'll just look underneath first before we see if we go ahead. Amok Ad Sadik Tov. It's based on the Zohar. That's, I think, invited in the Kuda. Okay, so we learned a little bit of Rebbe Leibel Eiger, Toras Emmes, Parshat Vetchanan. Does he have anything on Shabbos Nachamu? Yes, he does. Okay, so let's hear what he says on Shabbos Nachamu and V'Tubav, which is coming up in the new week, which was the anniversary of my wife and I's engagement, which we're hopefully going to celebrate, being at a chasna, and also Baruch Hashem, we're going to do our own arrangement, go out somewhere. It's not just whatever, mikra. It's not just whatever that these two times come out together. The first Shabbos of Nachamu and Parshat Vetchanan. What's it mean, Vetchanan? And the name, everything goes after the name. So the whole Sidra, the whole Parsha is included in its name. Kol Tochen Inyana, and everything that's talking about is connected to this concept of Vetchanan, of beseechment. Ma'agam B'Sidra, and what's connected with this Sidra, with this second Parsha from Sefer Devarim? As we said, this is a nation of coming to Eretz Yisrael. B'Vadai Remes Hashem Hazeh or Inyan HaSidra, B'Mitzvah Bo Koach Inyan Tefilah. And certainly there's a hint in the name that this, and the matter of this, the Sidra, is found the koach of the power of Tefilah, the matter of Tefilah. And we know that when we go when we're grasping in our understanding that this is not lo yira b'parsha zu koach Tefilah, you see the power of Tefilah. Yeah, why? Because it didn't help. So you start to think maybe it didn't help. We don't see how this is the Koch Tefilah. Why? Chas v'sholem that we start to think that tefillahs don't help. We also believe that everything's divine providence. But Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom movcha mina anshe kama tefillas asa b'shala achas katana, and all the hundreds of tefillahs, the 515 tefillahs, Keneged Gematria, Vetchanan Gematria Shir, all the important tefillahs that Moshe Rabbeinu davens were for one small request. She can ask Eretz Yisrael to enter Eretz Yisrael. I'm going to talk about this in a coming podcast. Please go on. Kechol Eidas Yisrael, loyal. He wanted to go with everyone else to Eretz Yisrael, and it didn't help. Heichen Koach Tefilah. How's that going to teach us to Koach Tefilah? I'm not devarim elu omrim rak lanu im Hashem adeveikim ba'amunasai. Finally, we learned from him for sure that he was with Hashem and Devekus. He had tremendous Devekus and Amunah in Hashem. He was joined to Hashem in the strong faith. And faith doesn't mean anything. A strong belief in an intrinsic, most essential way. Kasiyim a Parsha, Atema Deveikim, as we know that Hashem, you would join to Hashem. Ad what? Ad heikan hoyo kach tefillah. So this is actually quite a really long Torah. So we're going to have to skip through a little bit because we have a podcast coming up. Kedai to midrash tanchum shelo yam adim kavas ava pikan tzbalok. It's kaval Hashem choyze v'kaveh. So we know every day we say we hope to Hashem and then we hope again. There's going to be times Hashem's going to give. Ki zos bor l'kol nefesh asher b'yenu olam hazeh b'nei chaim mezinei. He gives us what we need for our life, for our family, for our panasa. Ein guli lifnei adam ma hatov lefanav be'emes. So revealed completely with the good in front of Hashem be'emes. In truth, Yechol yos shagam b'spala al eizem mevokesh lo sigu. On certain things we're going to do, we're not going to get, we're going to understand. Because Hashem wants the ultimate truth. Yeah, the ultimate truth is, if Moshe Rabbeinu, for example, would have come in, and we're just going to go off now from the text because we don't have time, but we'll come back to Mr. Hashem. But the idea that Moshe Rabbeinu, if he would have entered as well, it would be Netzach Nesochim, because everything Moshe Rabbeinu did was eternal. His midah was Netzach. So he would have come in, and he would have got to Eretz Yisrael, and he would have reached the shleimus of Chochmah, Kedusha, and all the beautiful avodas that being in Eretz Yisrael gives, and all the tikkunim and misagim and Chochmah he would have got, and it would have been Netzach Nesochim, and the base of English he would have built be Netzach Nesochim. So what would have happened when we didn't do what we were supposed to? So then Hashem knew that the binyan of the base of English would be eternal, and he couldn't just take out all the churban on that. He had to take it out on the people, and therefore between Moshe and the people, Moshe was, as we already know, that Moshe is willing to erase himself for the sake of people. So he would rather wait till the time when everything was Mesukam, which is Moshe Mashiach, when the Neshama Moshe Rabbeinu will come back into the Neshama, the Guf of Mashiach, Zakenu, and bring us the Gula Shlema. And Moshe Rabbeinu could come here without it being a cost to Am Yisrael. So that was the Mesiras Nefesh, the ultimate Mesiras Nefesh. So Hashem knew the ultimate good. So obviously there's no such thing as a wasted tefillah. Everything is stores, everything will be Makayim in its right time, in the right way. It's just we don't understand it always because we think things need to be instant. It's a process. Hashem knows when Yeshua needs to come. Right now we're trying to, as I said, look for a home in Eretz Yisrael. We've had homes, Baruch Hashem, and now we're looking for another one. So Hashem will decide when and what and how, and all the Yeshuas and the Nachamas that we're waiting for. You know, one of the things that we're updating the Zera Shimshon right now, and it brings a lot of Yeshuas, and in the Zera Shimshon it's talking about the same Nakuda. Moshe Rabbeinu, we just wanted to enter Eretz Yisrael. Avanai, wanted to be able to do all the avoda. In the end, the most important thing was the Koved Shemayim, that to bring honor to Hashem. That was the Nakuda that Rav Shalom Perel, a lot of audios now from Zera Shimshon, brought out. So he goes on to this very much. Rebbe Leibel Eiger. We're not going to be able to, as I said, explain it all right now. But just at the end, we always read in the Haftorah, Nachamu Ami. So what's Parshat? So we always read it after Tisha B'Av, and we have 7 Shabbos of Nachamu. And this idea of being shark to the Haftorah. So we say Divra Alev Yushalayim. We have to fix all the pagamim, all the blemishes that we created through our actions, and all the problems of the Goliaths, of the exiles, all the pain that we've gone through. And we need to get forgiveness, and get to that Nachamu. So we can be davik to Hashem, like we said, as Moshe Rabbeinu was, through Tefilah, through Avodas Hashem, Chaim Kuchem Hayom, to live a life that's filled with life, with chiyas, of energy. And it has in this Parsha, in this Haftorah, Su Mar Menechem, which is Rosh Hashanah Shema. This is the power of the Shema in this week's Parsha, Esmach Od, the Nekuda Tova. We'll talk about that hopefully when we get to Rabbi Nachman. In fact, he says here, Rebbe Leibel Eiger says, Su Mar Menechem, who Shorish Kabbalas Malchus Shemaim, because all Malchus Shemaim is also Rosh Hashanah Shema. Rosh Hashanah is also Shema. Zer Kol Inyan Sijizu Kabbalas all Malchus Shemaim Machadash. We have to be Machadesh, renew our receiving the kingship of heaven. She'inin Sedibah Shnanskan, Kabbalas all Malchus Shemaim, Tzachazar Mitzad Odom, Gam Pas Shema Yisrael, She'ikah Kabbalas all Malchus Shemaim. Harat Lekabalav all Malchus Shemaim Shlema, the complete receiving of it. So we can make ourselves available. When we wake up in the morning, we clean ourselves out, and we wash our hands. It says in the Gemara, V'yinech Tefillin, Gemara Brachas V'yirkwa Krishma V'yispalo. We have to remove all the psolos, all the bad from ourselves. To make ourselves available for Hashem Yisparach. Ki kol ish atem adaveikim b'daim la'avin. Krishma nema porish v'sidra Parshas Krishma. Gomke Parshas Tefillin. We have the Parshas Tefillin. Kshar tamna. Every day we're doing these pictures, daily Tefillin. In fact, we use that as a cover photo, the daily Tefillin picture with the Toras Emmes. And Baruch Hashem, we're looking a bit fresher now with the renewed energy. Renew our Malchus Shemaim, Kisra Rizal, Kivasran Gamatcha Tefilah, Gamat Tefilah, Ika Kabbalas Shemaim, Malchus Peh, Ika Tefilah Hu Shahokas Biyada, Gam Sheish Enem Shem Tanim Sibas, Zeh Ika Al Shemaim, Yudu Sheyesh, Siba Hakol Yachol, Inyan Kabbalas Malchus Shemaim, Tefilah Yudu Gam Koach Tefilah Gufa Gam Kain Rak Misis Brak, Remez Tevis Aschanan Tefilah. And that's the connection that Chazal is bringing us to do this Haftarah, because the beginning of the Nachamu is the cleaning up of the lack of our Malchus Shemaim, bringing us a new, fresh Malchus Shemaim, and connecting into Tu B'Av, a renewal of our relationship with Hashem, relationship with Shidduchim and Zvugim. He goes on to say, as I said, it was the anniversary of my first engagement, Baruch Hashem, my wife. Chamisha Asav is like Yom Kippurim, it says, has that Shlemus, Slik and Kapara, Aluchas Achronis. It's all coming down on Tu B'Av. All the ore starts to come down from the holy days, everything starts to turn around. Zokep L'Kol Kufa theme, as we've mentioned, that Gomor Dalim, that Hashem is doing kindness to these poorer days of Tammuz and Av. With the Tu B'Av is already when it starts to change. Zokef, it's straightening out the bent. Start to straighten out the month of Av. Even the Surah Hashem Avaya gets in the right direction. So everything starts heading in the right way, heading towards Elul, heading towards Yom Tovim, Rosh Hashanah, Kippur, Sukkot, Yitzchak, renewal. Anyway, I think we said a lot of beautiful concepts. The main point is we're renewing ourselves. Baruch Hashem, check out Nissan Black's new album, a lot of michazzik and Tefilah there, and in music. And we'll be renewing all our bookings. We're seeing the power of comedy right now, the way it's getting so impactful. So on our Unity bookings, we've got that. Baruch Hashem. We got all kinds of creative outlets, music, comedy, art. All ways to bring covered Shemayim, bring more honor to Hashem, do it the right way. And that's what we're going to be doing with our learning. Vita, join us in our coming classes with renewed energy and unity flow, more flow. Hope you enjoy the new logo. Welcome any feedback on the new Unity Flow logo. Thanks to the Aaron family, Lily and Aaron, for doing time on it, and we hope that Bez Hashem, by learning Vetchanan and Parshat Nachamu, Shabbos Nachamu, will be zok to the complete Nachamu of YITZCHAK and the renewal of all Am Yisrael of Amak Shemayim b'mei v'meinu. Amen.